What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I know it has been a while since I've uploaded, and I am, well, sorry for that, but hey, we're here. We are ready to go. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what has happened to Era of Terra, one of the most popular dinosaur survival games on Roblox. Now, some of you may know the game is, well, as most people would say, died off. It went from a consistency of 100 to 200 players online on average to measly over the last couple of days, I've seen between 10 to 5. It's a massive drop off. You're wondering, well, what happened to Era of Terror? Here are the main 3 problems I've found and been able to break down here. EOT2, the Lookout. That is their plan to move forward to compete with other games such as Prior, Extinction, and Dinosaur Arcade. Moving to Mesh Deformation, the Lookout is what I guess you could say their main priority at the moment, as the main game has not received that many major updates as of late. It takes, a lot of the scripters, which is the next point, lack of devs. They just hired Alterez, a new scripter, along with Harper, but they're switching back and forth between the current EOT and the Lookout. These seem to be the two, this is it. I mean, scripters create a game for you. They are the missing piece, and with this amount of time switching between both, most of their time is focused on EOT2. And then lack of time, as you've seen a lot of the development posts and the dev blogs, a lot of this development team is older. They have college, they have school, they have lives outside of this game. So it's going to take time to develop anything with EOT1. Now, some of you may know they had a couple months back volunteer developers come in, and that's where some of these things start picking up. Now, what is to come with EOT? Now, a couple weeks ago, they had a post which showed the retro Spino. And, it was a pretty big deal. They're saying get hyped about it, what was to come. Because the big thing right now is the retro skin pack, which I have bought. And the only thing I have currently from that is the retro Rex. It's the only thing in game. We have not heard anything about the Trike, because the only 3 skins that were in here was the Rex, the Spino, and the Trike. And from what I'm understanding is the Spino is supposed to be the next one to come out of the pack. And I think for the next update, that's what's going to be coming. And this picture down here, this is all we have. It was a little teaser. I'm assuming it's a work in progress model. It could be anything. There's been rumors to, Dilophosaurus, potentially maybe Monolophosaurus, I know they talked about. But we don't really know what that is. So hopefully it's something, to get us hyped about. Some of the new things. I will leave the link down below in the description to this dev stream. This was held quite a few months ago, but I went back and watched it a couple days ago. There's a lot of information in here on what could be coming to Era of Terror. In the top left corner here, Zuniceratops, the model's right there. You see it complete. That is supposed to be one of the new creatures that was on the creatures to add to the roster. That was supposedly, because back last May, they talked about, or back in the summer, I should say, of 2022, there was supposed to be an update. We never got that big update. We got Stegosaurus and the Rex retro skin, but we were told that we were supposed to be getting new dinosaurs, and that never happened. As I said in the previous slides before, lack of time, lack of development. Up here in this main picture, as we see here, Dilophosaurus. These were placeholder colors, they said, and the model will be chopped up. But as we know, as of right now, is Dilophosaurus is supposed to be coming into the game. I think this is an interesting move by them. Having things like Rex, Allo, and Acro already game, I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to be able to balance this into the game. I think it's a nice change. I think I love to see it. I'll definitely be playing as this in game once it's added. As I said, these are the placeholder colors. Later on in the video, I'll show you the full concept for it. Right here is Styracosaurus. As some of you may know if you play the game, Hypsilophodon is the only type of AI creature that we have in the game. It's not really even AI. It's just food laying on the ground. Styracosaurus will be replacing that. Hypsilophodon, they said, could still be on the map, but it would mainly be Styracosaurus, which would make a larger food source. And this down here at the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, is the Dilophosaurus concept. Another thing that they said would have came most likely back in the summer update back in May of 2022. Nice concept. They said this wasn't the skeletal work. This was just kind of the skin concept. But I think it's very cool that they're trying to add these smaller creatures. I think it's a good idea, as we don't have many. As mentioned, as they say in the stream. Like I said, go and watch the stream. I'll post it down below in the description. I think it has a lot to go in with it. But I would say that, I'd say, like I said, go watch the stream. I'm tripping up on words right now. Okay, these are things that have all been shown off to the public before. I'm sure you've seen them. Dilophosaurus concepts, Tyrannosaurus concepts. Now, a couple of things I gotta say with this is, Tyrannosaurus is replacing Maiasaura. We know that Maiasaura was getting replaced due to the stream. They were talking about it. They did say that. Turn this music down a little bit. And not only that, we know that Tarchia is getting replaced by Ankylosaurus. So, well, where do we go from there? What is Dilophosaurus? First off, I don't think Dilophosaurus is replacing anything. I think it's a good idea. Because go back in the stream, they said that the main premise is right now they want to add smaller dinosaurs. Because of the fact that there's Oviraptor. There's nothing else in that small category besides now Stegosaurus that can rival it, but those two aren't really going to fight each other. The idea is to bring in Dilophosaurus and Zuniceratops to help broaden out that smaller niche area. Now they were going to add something else instead of Zuniceratops, talks about Leptoceratops or Protoceratops, but they're worried that, if it was one of them, it'd get beat up too easily. Well, here's Dilophosaurus, a mid-ground between something like a Dilophosaurus and a Utahraptor. Because from what I'm getting at and what I've heard, is that this would be a downscaled to its actual size, and I maybe be about Utah size, probably a little bit smaller from what I'm getting. And the reason why they bring Tyrannosaurus in is because they feel no need for Maiasaura. Doesn't bring that much to the game. They said Tyrannosaurus is a more offensive version of Maiasaura, and I think it's a good idea that they bring it in. Here's some of the more interesting things. At the top left here, Suchomimus concepts. I was shocked that this was actually coming to the game. This was one of the big things for me because you have Spinosaurus, and from what I've heard, Baryonyx is going to be in the game. 3 semi-aquatics. Now, I've heard that Sucho is not going to be able to dive due to the hollowness in the bones or something, which is a recent discovery. So Sucho is not going to be able to dive, but it's going to be more of a formidable land carnivore. So I feel like this could go in the semi-apex tier with stuff like Acro and Aloe. But as I said, this one shocked me a lot because I did not think they'd be going with this with something like Spine already in the game. This Pluto down here in the bottom left, that is going to be the actual skin that they end up using in the game. So once I said that model before, actually I'll go back to it. This was just a placeholder, and then they're going to chop that up, and they're going to use this skin. The bottom right here, Mastodontosaurus. I don't know if this is supposed to be a herbivore or an omnivore. I've heard it could be in either or category, scientifically or in the game. I think it's a good idea that they're adding this. I think this is going to be like Dilophosaurus's type of, like, I guess you could say quote-unquote rival as like Dilophosaurus and Zuniceratops in that category with Oviraptor. I think Dilophosaurus, Masso, and probably Utahraptor are going to be in this little group here. Probably same thing with Gallimimus. On top right here, the Dinosaurs, as this was shown a while ago. I was very happy about this because, we have Theory, but we're looking for something else more unique on the roster, and I think this definitely delivered. Can't wait till this is added. Now, on my verdict on what has happened to this game and what I think will happen. I think we're going to get one more update here before any type of creatures or skins are added, and it's going to be the script and the animation rework. I think this is a safe move. I think this is a smart move. There's a lot of reasons why people leave the game or have not been coming to the game as much. It's due to the fact that the animations are wonky and the scripts are bad. A lot of lag on the map, this and that. I think with hiring Alvarez and Harper, I think this is going to be solved a lot sooner than we think. Now, what do I think will happen after that? I think they're going to be as an update, maybe late April, May, maybe even pushing June. That's going to add the Retrospinosaurus skin, and I think Zuniceratops right here and the Dilophosaurus are going to be added in this update. This is not confirmed or nothing. This is just my prediction because we have not heard anything on the retro skin for the Triceratops. From what I understand, Spinal is basically complete, and Zuniceratops model's there, and I would assume at this point they probably modeled Dilophosaurus. I'm not sure, but I feel like this would be the smart move. You know, I think you gotta give the people something more than just retro skins. But I feel like this is the smart move. I feel like this would be the right move. This is what I think would happen. So probably like an early summer update would include these. Now I say swamp update / a map. I feel like they're going to redo the map to some degree, because I feel like they're gonna bring it back to one of the older maps or get a completely new map in there, as they usually do switch every like 6 to 9 months from what I've noticed. And I feel like you could call this a quote-unquote swamp update, because I feel like Suchomimus, Baryonyx, Dinocyrus, Oranosaurus, Masso, Dilo, they could all be coming in this. I'm saying all of them, but I feel like definitely Dinocyrus would be a safe bet, and Suchomimus, I would lean towards those two coming in at the same time. And then remodels. Here's a big thing. A lot of people don't know this, but pretty much most things on the current roster are getting remodeled. Like I said, Tarchia and Maiasaura, they're gone. They're not going to be on the roster anymore. There's rumors that Majunga may go or not. They don't know. But I'm hearing that the Rex is going to get a remodel. Cerato, the Aloe model from on here is just going to get some probably minor edits here and there, but that could get completely redone. We know Stego is going to get remodeled. Carno, all of Ludia's models, the old ones, Edmonto, Para, Carno, Oviraptor, Acro, I'm hearing all that's getting a remodel. I feel like that would probably come like mixed in with some of the, as I said, and then the next thing is everything else on the roster. I feel like it'd be kind of mixed in with that. I think it's going to be like maybe you get 2 or 1 new dinosaurs, and then you get 1 or 2 new remodels kind of thrown in there. This would be spread out. I think there could be like an update in the early summer and the late summer. Past that, probably like you usually get a December and a fall update, so probably get stuff there. But maybe, like I said, maybe by then everything's in the game and then ELT2 comes out, so you never know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, first time making a video in a while. I enjoyed this. I feel like this is a topic that need to be talked about, because a lot of people like either don't play the game now because due to the low player count, or they just like haven't heard about this game, and I feel like this needs to be talked about. But if you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.